IVM.
Oh, was I supposed to think of a thing?
No.
I was supposed to think of a thing. So the other day, I started assembling a table from IKEA.
Okay.
It was a Norwegian.
Nice.
The thing is, I ran out of the nuts. Like they don't actually put the instructions down in intelligible. There's a cartoony dude who's like doing stuff, and he always seems like really joyous about it. He's like, here's my table, right? I tried it. And I really messed up, and I ran out of the parts for some reason. So, I used up all the nuts, I used up all the bolts, I used up all the screws. So then, at the end, I just hammered two of them together. And
is that possible? Is this some shade at IKEA?
It's not shade at IKEA. I'm just saying my assembly skills were very poor, so I used some screws and not screws. This is the Geek Fruit Bulletin, where we talk about the news and not news of the day. So some things are relevant because they're happening right now, but we just use those as an excuse to talk about it.
I'm glad my legacy is ongoing with the puns on the bulletin.
It was my legacy.
1 second.
That you ran into the ground, and now I'm bringing it back. This is the gritty reboot.
I decided that I'm going to make rhymes. And then you said, no, it's not that. Until we met somebody at Comic-Con Ahmedabad said, oh, actually, I like that. And from then, we were just like, cool, we'll go back.
Well, I said there has to be thematic relevance. You can't just say random stuff.
Is there thematic relevance in your...
To screws and not screws?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the news and not news is what is gluing this entire bulletin together, much like the IKEA table.
I'll accept it.
All right.
I will say this. This is a special bulletin because we're trying an experiment at this very moment. If you're hearing this as a podcast, that's nice. Thank you for listening. But more interestingly, we're trying an Instagram live like the kids do these days.
Right.
And what we have done is...
When you say kids, you mean yourself.
Yes, I love Instagram lives. So basically we're trying to go live from the IVM podcast's office.
The HQ.
And, yes, the HQ. And there are about 3.5 people watching this live. But those 4 people, it is half a person joined, they're going to enjoy the shit out of this.
Well, clearly a bunch of them have just turned it on and they're looking away while they're doing other stuff.
No, it's good. It's good.
I see you people.
We see you shaking that hand, waving to us. Sorry. I just want to say that if you can hear us, please let us know in the comments. This is weird. This is like half a live, half an episode. All right,
sure.
So we're going to continue onwards. We have bulletin stuff. Do we have news?
We do have bulletin news. So first up, Harrison Ford, this dude, you might be familiar.
I am familiar.
Did you see what he said about Star Wars?
I did hear. I actually read.
He said he has, well, I also saw, but he said he has no effing idea what a Force Ghost is and he doesn't care.
Well, that makes sense. He's never been connected to the Jedi lore, but you would think...
You mean Han Solo or Harrison Ford?
Well, both.
Yeah, both.
But so Han Solo's only connection to the Force, really, apart from Leia, who he marries and has a kid with, essentially. So kind of, he knows what he's getting into.
They had a kid, or what?
Yeah.
Shit.
But you should check out these movies that kind of do the story of his kid.
Are there movies about Star Wars now?
Yeah.
No way. I thought it was just the original radio drama.
But thank you. Yeah. That's a good one. But there is one scene. There's just one scene in The Force Awakens where he says, yeah, it's real. It's all of it. It's kind of begrudgingly kind of admits that yes, the Force exists, but he doesn't know much about it. So why would Harrison Ford, who knows even less than his characters, do?
Shouldn't Harrison Ford know more than his characters do because he turned up at the premieres and whatnot?
No, he doesn't. Does he turn up at premiere? You're talking about does he turn up at the red carpet?
Harrison Ford should have watched these movies at some point, but he is famously disinvested in them.
I doubt he watches the films at the premiere. The premieres start, right? Like famously these actors can all bumble into their premieres because like they're all still at the red carpet and things like that.
Sure.
Did you hear Will Ferrell on Stephen Colbert? Where he was just like, I had to go for the Oscars. It's like Oscars are like Hollywood jury duty.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was there at the Oscars at 6:45. We had to present at 7:05. I was back in my home at 7:30. Like that's how. That's how most of them are doing it, man. I don't think they care so much.
Yeah.
I mean, like particularly Harrison Ford.
Oh, Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Yeah. I mean, like he's just a homely guy now.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. He's a
He's a cool dude.
Award winner.
He is a Mark Twain award winner.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford has done stuff as well, I believe.
Yeah, he's built some houses.
All right. HQ Trivia is dead. Did you know about this? Do you know HQ Trivia?
No, what is that?
Have you never... tried or heard of HQ Trivia?
No.
It was this thing that was huge, I would say like a year ago, maybe like end of 2017, started 2018. But basically, it was an app where you'd log on live and play a quiz that was hosted by an actual human being. You remember Insider.in did this for a while?
Yes, they still up to no good with
they
that.
nicked the idea from HQ Trivia,
Nice.
which is completely fine, Insider. Please buy tickets to our stuff on Insider.in.
Yes.
But yeah, basically it was hosted by this guy and this lady. The guy really blew up. He became famous. Like he was a mid-time comedian, like a mid-level comedian who really blew up because of the app, because he was really funny and he'd like riff on people's answers and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, basically they invented this concept of there's a pot and whoever gets through to the end of it wins the thing. So it was huge, became insanely popular, was aped multiple times. Multiple people in India, in fact, tried to take that same model.
Nice.
But they've now shut it down.
But Insider's still growing strong.
But they're not doing that live thing anymore, are they?
Well, I've not seen it in a while, but they usually do it around like season time. I don't know. They did last
What
year
is
when
season
I saw,
time?
like, you know, when they're like like big summer movies coming out. I remember they do a Star Wars thing. They do.
Well, summer's coming.
It's true. It's almost here. One would think. But yeah, I don't know. I remember I was on one of those things last year with Rohan Joshi for Game of Thrones post-episode discussions. So, but that was cool, man. Like, I thought it was quite nifty, if that's the word.
Exactly,
I may
it's a
use.
cool idea. That's why HQ blew up so much, and that's why so many people like took up the idea, right? But I believe it's blown up not because the concept wasn't working, because clearly it was incredibly popular.
Yeah.
But just because the company was run very poorly. Like the guy who blew up, the host, whose name
We're getting to it. We're getting to it.
I'm about to give you the name like any second now.
Yeah.
Scott Rogowski.
Of course.
Yeah.
Scott.
He became like really popular. He was invited to do a bunch of other shows and HQ said, well, we won't let you. So he was like, fine, then I won't do HQ anymore.
Nice.
And then they got a bunch of other hosts. It didn't really work. I played the app a couple of times. It was
Did you ever win?
I think I won like 12 cents at one point or something. Yeah.
Nice.
Which I think you have to have like a minimum number to like get through.
To get
I played like twice because also it was like really hard to get a stable connection because by the time I went onto it, the app was really popular and I was dealing with
bandwidth issues.
Bandwidth issues from my end, I think actually.
Oh, what? Why?
Because it was just loading
I just
very
thought
poorly.
the servers would be like overloaded because there's so many people there.
Perhaps that was another reason it shut down as well. But basically, I think a really good idea ran into the ground by very poor management, which is what Scott Rogowski said as well. He was like, it was a great idea. It was like, it gave me everything I am, and yet it is gone.
Shame.
If only there was a better quiz show that people could go to.
Yes, you're right. There is one. There's something called quizzing with comedians. Oh no, wait, no, not that one. Don't go for that one. Go for our quiz.
You can go for quizzing with comedians as well.
Yeah, but why would I say that? Like, in all honesty. Like,
what, quizzing with comedians?
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, we have our own quiz, so I would say come for our quiz. And then, yeah, of course, go for as many quizzes as you want. But if in terms of priority, if you have a list, come for our quiz first. I don't know. That's what I feel. We have a quiz coming up at the end of the month.
What date?
29th, the leap day.
Where can they get tickets?
You can, isn't the leap day where some, what do they say? It's like when women can propose to men. That's a leap day thing.
Is
right?
that a thing?
Haven't you seen the very popular but underrated Amy Adams rom-com Leap Year?
No, I haven't actually.
Where basically, that's what they say. I haven't seen it.
Does it only come out every 4 years?
The movie?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Sequel. One day only.
But yeah, leap day is when a woman, and this is an outdated idea, but a woman can propose to a man.
Oh yeah, because they can't do that right now.
Yeah, they can't do it right now.
Sure.
But on the leap day though. So at the quiz, when we're busy quizzing, if we see a lot of girls go down on one knee, that's wrong. That shouldn't happen only on that day.
I'll be happy if they turn up.
I mean, yeah, if you're coming to our quiz to propose, please pick a better.
And we're not limiting it to girls. Please, everybody turn up. Anyway, I'll give you another piece of. Actually, I'm going to ask you a question.
Do tell.
Have you heard this Billie Eilish Bond theme?
I have.
I
have heard it.
Billy Bond.
Yes.
Tell us about it. What do you think? Wait. There's no time to die.
Okay. What?
There's no time to die. Just give your opinion quickly.
But
Tejas, stop dying. There's no time to die. Okay. Yeah,
There's no time to answer. If that was the name of the Bond movie, then you could pull that joke.
No time to answer. Go on.
Listen, I like it. I don't love it.
Okay.
I like the melody. The melody is good, but it's kind of like whiny and like very Billie Eilish.
Whiny?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, Billie Eilish is not whiny. She's cool.
No, I'm not saying she's not cool. I just I don't like the song as much. Like, and I have another issue.
I know what you mean.
I wish it was sung by an older artist. This is my other
like Van
thing.
Halen or someone. Yeah, I get it. Look at you doing Instagram lives, but you want older artists.
No, I do want. I'll tell you why. Here's my rationale for it. When Chris Cornell came in with "You Know My Name" for Casino Royale, it was a statement because it was using a non-traditional Bond like singer.
Yeah,
somebody like basically a grunge artist to come and sing this amazing like theme, and it was kind of like a rock song, but with the Bond, strings and everything like that. And what it indicated was, okay, this is not your regular, this is not your suave Bond, this is a gritty kind of Bond.
Yeah.
And it's different. I think the song does have a responsibility in trying to echo what the movie is about. Now, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know, so I'm holding my opinion till that time. But I thought that because it's Daniel Craig's last Bond film, I thought maybe we could have gone with like a more bombastic, like a Rain of Fire
thingy?
kind of Bond theme, like maybe not bombastic, maybe something like really like maybe Eddie Vedder should have done it, or maybe like Tina Turner. No, she's done it already. But like, you know what I mean? Like, something like a veteran and like could have done it just to showcase the fact that this is his last.
Looking at the comments and everybody seems to be saying, "Okay, boomer." Is that a thing?
Though I have a theory for maybe why they picked this also. Money.
Money.
No. I think they wanted to appeal to young audiences for sure, but I think there's another idea also.
I think they're trying something different. Like they're getting Phoebe Waller-Bridge to work on it. They've got Billie Eilish, and clearly they're trying to go a different direction, which has been a hallmark of the Daniel Craig movies.
I agree, but I think there's also something to do with the story. I think there is a new 007 in this film, which is played by Lashana Lynch. So I think maybe that's got something to do with that. There is a younger 007 in it, so maybe that's what I want to relate it to somehow to the
I don't
theme.
think there's always been that much thematic relevance.
I know.
Do you like Skyfall?
I do like Skyfall, but
do you not think that's whiny then?
No, I love that. I love Adele.
Yeah, so
I don't think it's whiny at all.
Well, how is Billie Eilish whiny and Adele not?
No, I just thought that, I mean, it's like a little, maybe it's because I'm not a fan of Billie Eilish. Maybe that's why I feel like, but that's like, I've always felt like her songs are not sung as much as they are like spoken.
Yeah, that's her thing.
That's her thing. That's fine. It's not my thing, but it's fine.
But she also sings really well. Like,
so
I think she does an okay job in this
and I
one.
think the melody is good. Like, I think but I don't know, it's not
she can really sing as well. Like, her first breakout single was her going full out singing. Well, not really all out singing. She's not like Adeling it, but Ocean Eyes it's called. She like sings it proper.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm just not. I'm not sold yet. Like on Billie Eilish. Like it's not my type of. I'm not there yet. I don't know.
I like her. Yeah. And this,
I think she's
this
cool.
song though, I felt, well, first of all, I was surprised at how low key it was. I expected her to do.
That's probably it. Maybe.
Yeah, but on second thought, I kind of like that vibe. It's a cool melody, but.
Yeah, I like
throughout
that.
the song, I was like, alright, is it gonna like kick in now?
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
It does.
It's a bold choice and I appreciate it.
Also, my other
because
thing,
we have had big themes for a while, right?
I agree.
There was
but
Chris Cornell,
that was the whole...
Jack White and Alicia Keys did it at one point.
Love that song.
Yeah. So
I don't know why.
That's been a thing for a while.
I liked it though? I liked it because it's different. The Skyfall was a return to the kind of traditional maybe Bond song. But like I felt really bad when, Spectre by Radiohead kind of missed out on that thing because
that was a great song.
That was a great song and it was like weirdly different from everything else that I've heard, and I want to kind of explore more avenues with
exactly. And isn't this a new avenue?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
I don't. That's
it's
my
a
opinion.
completely different treatment to
disagree.
No, you're saying you want something different, and this is pretty different.
No, not from the Bond songs. No, not at all.
What are you saying?
It's exactly like a Bond song, but it's like I don't know. This is just my opinion.
It's a different way of treating it, isn't it? And they ditched Scepter, so.
Spectre.
Spectre, sorry. Did I say Scepter?
So they did the Sam Smith's Riding on the Wall. Again, good melody, but it still felt like that same kind of vibe. I don't know how to explain this.
Sam Smith song, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
and I'm
good
saying
idea.
The Radiohead song was ditched because it was
different.
Bizarre and Radiohead-ish.
I wish they went for it.
Sure, and a lot of Radiohead fans would as well. Even Radiohead was like, it's a weird choice.
No, and I'm not saying this as the biggest Radiohead fan also. I just felt like because the treatment was slightly, slightly different. Yeah. That's why, so this one, I think...
I think this is a very different treatment as well. You're just saying like it's not the kind of different you were expecting or hoping for.
No, I kind of see, I still see the same, maybe I still see the same kind of vibe that Writing on the Wall kind of went for, or even Skyfall went for. Like the first two, like felt like they're different because they chose artists who don't normally would write this kind of stuff. But anyway, this is just my opinion. It's fine. I need to watch the movie to see how it fits in context. Maybe I will love it. Like there are songs which I came around to after the movie release. Like I remember when World Is Not Enough came out. I mean, that's a great song, but I think it was when I saw it in the movie, I was just like, okay, this is a great. This makes sense now. So maybe I need to watch the movie. But like as of now, I'm not sold.
Do you think when Jack White famously wrote Seven Nation Army with the idea that, well, this would go well with a Bond movie because it's that kind of riff? And so the Bond guys were like, whoa, you should do a song for us. And he was like, damn it,
Do you think
just
these
use
guys
up my
pitch
idea.
for it or what?
They don't pitch for it, but he came up with the riff once during sound check and he was like, man, this sounds cool. It sounds like a Bond movie. No, that's the Bond one. I'm saying Seven Nation Army.
Oh, Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Have you heard that one?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, have you?
But
yeah,
some
he was
songs
like,
you know how to play before you hear the actual song. Because so many
true,
people
but he famously thought that Seven Nation Army could be a killer Bond theme. But now it's a sporting anthem, which is also cool.
Which sporting anthem is it?
It's chanted at stadiums everywhere, isn't it?
Oh, like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like, it's a crowd
it's not
thing.
like it was the World Cup song.
It's like
that was Waka Waka.
That would be great. Yeah, everyone was like watching the Super Bowl.
I was listening to an interview with Jack White about the Raconteurs' new album. New album meaning like his album from last year. Where he was talking about...
Good album. Yeah.
Good album. Great album, actually. Very... Not all that different from typical Raconteur stuff, but some nice variations of their typical formula in there. I liked it. Anyway, he was doing this interview where he was talking about, well, a bunch of stuff and talking about contemporary music as well. Now, Jack White is a famously cranky, bit of an old school kind of guy. So he was talking about what he has been listening to of late, and he's like, man, freaking Billie Eilish blew my mind. It was like she was doing stuff with production that I had never thought could be done. So like her vocals especially. It's like just these like layers and layers of just whispery things done very close.
That ASMR type of vocal
Almost,
thing.
yeah.
It's
very
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
Cool to hear that from Jack White of all people.
Yeah, he's a vet, and didn't he like do his taxes on vinyl also? Like
His taxes on vinyl.
Yeah, he did it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did his taxes on vinyl.
What does that mean?
I don't even know. He printed it on the wax.
Right.
Yeah. This is just a classic third man record
What a weirdo.
guy. Yeah, he's a strange guy. But having said that, did you watch the Super Bowl
The performance?
Yeah. So good. Absolutely adored
Was
it.
Jack White in it? No, he
No, it
wasn't.
would have been great. Though,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was just, that was really cool.
It was pretty great.
Why I wanted to talk about it is because when Waka Waka was finally played towards the end of it, everyone was just like, Mr. World Cup football.
What is this?
But yeah.
American football.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think for the next movie they should go back to the original Bond theme song, the version that Monty Norman composed before the Bond movies were a thing.
Yes.
It's called Born Under a Bad Sign.
Yes.
And that sounds way cooler than it is because it was...
It's so bad. The
it was
song is so terrible, guys.
It is so racist.
It's
first
very
of all.
racist.
Okay, the story
it's a Naipaul
is...
story, right?
Yes, it was an adaptation of A House for Mr. Biswas that Monty Norman composed this theme for, and the refrain was basically the Bond riff. It went like dang 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 dang
Dude,
dang dang.
and you know what's so
dang,
funny?
Yeah.
That Vox did a video about this, an explainer, and I think they felt it was so racist. They did not include
They cut
that
it off
bit.
before the music comes, before the lyrics come in, right?
They
Yeah.
didn't include the part which actually sounds exactly like the theme, and they played the prelude to that, which
Yeah.
is not. It's still the ding, 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 but it's just like playing it like like Mr. Lou, but
Yeah.
not exactly that theme. But
yes,
there is that.
there is that surf
song.
rock vibe to it, but
Yeah.
the rhythm of that riff is still there. But yes, the melody itself is.
I
when-
think they were just like, "Yo, we done f***ed up here."
It's about a guy who is like constantly unlucky, so he was born under a bad sign, and that sounds like a really cool like theme, but then he sings it in an Apu accent essentially.
It's damn bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was born under a... Like, I swear, it's literally that. Please go look for Monty Norman
oh my god, it's
House
so
for Mr.
bad.
Biswas. It's so bad. I love that they uploaded a high-quality version of it, like, recently, by the way.
Oh man, it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Well,
okay, that's
this has been the Bulletin.
I hope you enjoyed that show. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, HDFC Life and Paytm Money. And let me tell you a couple of things that you should check out this week. On Litnama, Lakshmi talks to Hardik Waghela and Mohammad Muneem from the band The Words of Aleph. They talk about how the band came to be and more. On Football Football, the guys talk about Liverpool qualifying for the Champions League, City getting banned from it, and Arsenal thrashing Newcastle for a 4-0 win. On Golgappa, tune into a Laugh Riot episode where host Tripti talks to Karan and Neil from Bhadipa. On our Kannada podcast, Thale Harate, Ramya Bhaskar and Sridhar Pabisetti talk to Ganesh and Pawan about reimagining school education for Industry 4.0. On Tapri Tales, Madhuri tells a tale of her struggle with keeping cockroaches away from the kitchen while wondering why there are no cockroaches in her mother's kitchen. On Beyond Cliche, Almas is joined by the Mahiwe actor Pushti Shakti to talk about beauty beyond size. Thanks and keep listening.
Filter coffee is a fascinating beverage. You need to pick the right beans, blend them in the right proportion, roast them to perfection, and slow brew at the right temperature to get the perfect cup. Which is exactly like great conversations as well. You need to track down the most interesting minds, get them into their zone, and settle down for an unhurried, unscripted chat. And coffee for me is always, always, always best enjoyed with friends. I'm Karthik Nagarajan, and do share my table as I meet some of the most interesting people I know and sit them down for a strong cup of coffee and an even stronger conversation. Join me every Wednesday for a freshly brewed episode. This is not frappe. This is the Filter Coffee Podcast.